If you look at running by definition, it's just a hobby. But yet, why does running seem to take over our lives? When someone picks up running for the first time, there seems to be a clear line of them before they started running and them after they started running. It seems like running begins to inform the rest of their lives. Their life revolves around running in some ways. And it seems like every chance they get in social settings, they'll bring up running if it's not brought up to them. And yet, when they are asked why they run, they seem to struggle to use words to describe why they run, because it seems to go deeper than just words. And so, why does this hobby seem to become such a central part to our identities? I think philosophy might have the answer, or at least part of the answer, and it's through one word: eudaimonia. Eudaimonia, or eudaimonia, I've heard it pronounced both ways. Eudaimonia is a classic concept from Greek philosophy, and it's often translated to the word happiness. But I think it's much more than that. In the words of Aristotle, he describes it as the highest form of human flourishing, and it's achieved by living through virtue and reason. For Aristotle, it's not just about feeling good or feeling pleasure. It's less of a feeling and more of a way of living. It's about living and aligning your actions with your values over time. If I were to summarize it in today's terms, I would summarize eudaimonia as the pursuit of the good life. And now with running. Running isn't just a physical act. It's not just a physical challenge. It's also very psychological. It's one thing to pick up running and go running. It's another thing to run farther or faster than you ever thought possible. When we run, we are practicing developing virtues that translate perfectly to eudaimonia. We practice discipline as we train. We practice patience as we experience setbacks. We practice courage in facing difficulty. And we practice wisdom when we integrate hard work and recovery. Those values translate directly over to eudaimonia, to the pursuit of the good life. Without those virtues, one could argue you would never really live the good life. And so, could running be a small practice of eudaimonia? Are we practicing living life every time we go for a run? I would argue we are. Now, take a step back. Why do we pursue the good life? Why do we pursue eudaimonia, and why do we run? I was recently talking to one of my friends that's also a runner about this. Like, why do we run? Why do we pursue excellence in running, given the fact that I'm never going to win a race, he's never going to win a race, most of the people watching this video will never win a race, yet we're out here pursuing excellence in our own way. It's the same thing with runners translating to eudaimonia. Why is there this connection? I think it's because eudaimonia is not a destination. It's not somewhere where you arrive. Eudaimonia is living meaningfully moment by moment. Running is the same thing. Many of us begin running looking for joy, looking for fitness, looking for weight loss, but eventually running becomes much more than that. Running becomes meaning through movement. Running does not become the means to an end. It becomes the meaning. And so running and eudaimonia are poetic proof of the cliche that it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. That meaning and purpose and the good life will emerge as you run, as you pursue eudaimonia. And this idea that it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, echoes across centuries and across cultures. The first person that came to mind when thinking about this concept was Viktor Frankl. In Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Search for Meaning, he talks about how it is in the struggle that meaning emerges. And I think that's what Albert Camus was saying when he said that we must imagine Sisyphus happy. Both of these people are saying that when we embrace the struggle instead of resisting it, that's where meaning will emerge. We turn futility into freedom as we embrace the hardships of life. Buddhism reminds us that liberation, or the good life, is found not in resisting difficulty or escaping it, but by experiencing each moment without resistance. It's very similar to Taoism. In Taoism, we're reminded of the concept of Wu Wei, which is effortless action or action without attachment. When we have that action, we are much more likely to find harmony in our life as we flow with the Tao of life. Instead of resisting the current, we flow with it. Jesus taught the narrow path of self-sacrifice and love, not because it would lead to an easy life, but because it would lead to a life of purpose and meaning. All of this is what Aristotle was saying, that as we live a life of virtue and reason, that will lead to eudaimonia. Different names, different traditions, all pointing to the same truth. The good life is found in the step you're taking now. As we pursue the highest level of human flourishing, the good life emerges. And so when someone asks us why running seems to take over our entire lives, I think the answer is simple but profound. I think running teaches us how to live. I think running shows us that meaning is not found in crossing finish lines. It's found in showing up when it's hard. It's about not giving up when the odds seem to be stacked against you, and finding meaning in the repetition itself. Running doesn't just complement the pursuit of eudaimonia, it is the pursuit. Running is philosophy in motion. And maybe that's why we struggle to describe and explain why we run. Because we're not just describing another hobby, we're describing what it feels like to experience the good life one run at a time. In running and in eudaimonia, the path and the destination have become one. And in that unity, we find something that's worth building our lives around. I don't know. As always, I'm not an expert in any of this. This is me just thinking out loud. And I hope it was interesting or thought-provoking. And if it was, I hope you'll stick around, and I'll catch you in the next video. All right, gear for today. As a reminder, I am not affiliated with any of these brands. I just share what I run in for fun. I don't care if you buy it. Alter Ego running hat, Solomon running jacket, flip mitts on my hands with some gloves underneath that. And then these shorts are from Lululemon. They're very old. I doubt they still make them. And then Stance running socks. And then these running shoes, they are Keen is the brand, and the Rome is the model or whatever. I just barely got these today with my first run. But yeah, if there's any questions on the gear, let me know.